Oh, there's such a lot planned today. So much planned. So much I was going to do. I was going to go out and film some content outside and do a new camera test. And it is absolutely hammering it down with rain. It's been raining solidly for the past 2 days here. Just constant from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed. It is just dark and grey. And the heavens have opened and it is just lashing down outside. And you just can't really go outside and do any sort of test footage. If you're like me and you hate the rain, then there's just no going out. You just turn into a hibernated animal when it's raining. So what do you actually do when life gets in the way? Because if you're like me, then you've got kids, you've got commitments. And also this weekend, my wife, who also has a business, has quite a big product launch. So she has taken over the studio that you see me in 90% of the time in my videos. She's taken over the studio this weekend because she's got a big product launch tomorrow, which is going to be Sunday for her. You sit here wondering, well, what can I actually do with my time? Because it's Saturday, so I'm now watching the kids. One of them is distracted next door watching Toy Story. The other one has just gone down for his nap, so I thought I'd use the opportunity to make this video. It just made me come up with this idea of what do you do when life gets in the way? What do you do when your kids are overly challenging one particular day and all the best laid plans in the world go to pot and they go out the window? And what do you do when you just can't get things done? Well, there's 5 simple steps you just need to follow in order to keep you grounded and keep you on the right path. So number 1 is to stay focused. Number 1 is to understand that life happens, life gets in the way. Now, you might have loads of commitments going on. You might have work, you might have your family, you might have your friends, you might have loads of other stuff going on, and you don't have a lot of time for content creation. So what you need to do is fit in that time when you can and stay focused on what it is you want to do. So if you want to make a video, then focus on what that video is. It's important to get your title and your thumbnail perfect before you start even filming your video. So before you start filming any video, make sure you know exactly what the idea is, exactly what the title is going to be, and you've designed your thumbnail. Because then you can package your video around it. Now you might want to keep it really simple and raw like this video is. This video, I'm just using my iPhone 15 Pro and the DJI Osmo Mobile 6, which is how it's tracking me as I'm moving around. And I can see myself in the camera. And then I'm just using a cheap $40 microphone, which is the receiver is plugged into the iPhone, and then the lavalier mic is here. This is $40. So I've just propped that up on a footstool in front of me, and I'm just sitting in the living room while one child is distracted with Toy Story for half an hour while I can make this video, and the other one is having his afternoon nap. So you have to just kind of stay focused and fit it in when you can. You have to accept you have to be flexible. So the next step is to understand why you want to do it. Why do you want to be a creator? And if you have a clear vision in mind, then it's a lot easier to stay driven and focused with it. If you don't have a clear vision, if you're like, well, I just enjoy making videos, I just do it for fun, or I'm just doing it because everyone else is doing it, and it seems like a great idea, or I saw some big successful YouTubers with hundreds of millions or hundreds of thousands of subscribers who are making tons of money, and I want that. And that's not a clear vision. You have to understand your ultimate vision. So my ultimate vision is to do this full time, is to have a New York apartment. Me and my wife got engaged in New York. We love New York. We want to have the ability to visit it with our family 2 or 3 times a year. Might not be for everyone. Some people might hate New York and hate city life, but for us, we really like that. We don't live in the city, but we just would love to have a New York apartment to go and visit 2 or 3 times a year. That's my vision, to build our own home, to buy a plot of land and then build our own home from the ground up with an architect and design it exactly how we want it. So we're clearly not there yet. I mean, I still work, my wife still has a job. My long-term goals are set out. I write them on my whiteboard in the studio. I know exactly what I want. And some people might say I've got my head stuck in the clouds and it's never going to happen, but do you know what? I don't care. Those are my goals. Those are what I want to achieve. I want to eventually be able to build our own home from the ground up. I want to be able to have a New York apartment. I want to be able to take my kids away on like a Disney cruise and stuff like that, visit Disneyland and all those sorts of fun things. I just want all that. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm incredibly lucky. I have a nice house, I have a beautiful, incredible wife, got some amazing kids, we're all happy and healthy, and we're just privileged to not really have any major issues. So we're great, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't always be hungry for more. So when you're starting on this journey and you know what you want, set out your goals, understand your why. Why do you want to do it? If you have a clear vision on why you want to create content, then you start to find that you want to do it. You start to try and find time to do it rather than trying to find time to avoid it. So, for example, if you set out a couple of hours of an evening to, I'm going to make videos this evening, and then the kids really need you, your wife needs help, all chaos starts breaking loose in the house and everything, and you just can't get stuff done, they won't go down for bed at their bedtime, then you end up making excuses and think, well, I can't be bothered to do it tonight, it's just not going to happen. Whereas if it's something you really want to do, you desperately want to do, then you will find the time to do it. It's like if you're a bodybuilder, right? You will always find time to go to the gym because that's what's important to you. It's like if you're a gamer and the latest game that you've been waiting months or even years for has just come out, and you desperately want to play this game and complete the story mission or complete career mode or level up your weapons, all that kind of stuff. You will find time when the kids are gone to bed. You might even get up early, or you might do it as soon as you get home from work. You will find time to do it because that's what's important to you. So if you have a reason why and you have an understanding why you want to do it and you want to create content, you want to make these videos, then you will find the time to do it. Like now, so like my wife's in the studio, the kids are watching, one's having a nap, one's watching Disney, and I've just propped up the mobile DJI Osmo Mobile 6 and my mobile phone and a cheap mic, and I'm just recording this video so I can get something out to you guys because it's important to me. Number 3 is to set realistic tasks. Now, when you're setting your tasks throughout the week or month or whatever, don't overdo it and set yourself unrealistic goals and tasks that you are just not going to achieve, or they're very difficult to achieve and you're setting yourself up for failure. Make sure when you're doing it, you set realistic, achievable goals that are little pocket-sized things that you can just tick off. So for me, it's things like going to the gym at least twice a week, making at least one video a week, scripting out my video, filming my video, editing my video. I put little tick boxes next to each one. And they are achievable goals. They're things that I know I need to do. And that way that you can tick them off as you go along. And if you don't achieve all of them, you can look at it and still get a sense of achievement, like you've achieved 80% of them, and think, okay, those 2 or 3 can just roll over to next week. But you're always making some progress. As long as you're getting between 1% and 2% better each day, that's all that matters. As long as you're making some progress. The issue comes when you keep procrastinating and setting tasks and keep putting them off and putting them off and putting them off and never achieving any of them, and then by the end of the week you haven't achieved anything, and then you just feel miserable about yourself. So as long as you achieve a set realistic achievable goals, then you're always going to be on the path to success in some sense. Number 4 is to be flexible. Now, I'm a product of my own issues here because traditionally I've not been that flexible. If I set myself a routine and I set myself tasks and goals, I always want to achieve them religiously, no matter what. I don't accept failure. I'm like, right, I've set myself these goals, I will achieve them. I'll still set realistic goals and achievable goals and small goals, but I must achieve every single one of them. I said that I was going to get up at this time and work till this time and have this block of time. And then if I can't do that, I get the ump and I get a bit discombobulated with everything. But the problem is when you have kids and a family and work, you can't really do that. You need to be flexible to a certain degree. You can still set time aside for stuff and still have a basic plan of how you want to do it. But when that doesn't go to plan, you can't be annoyed at it. You need to just stay flexible. Like today, I thought, we've got the whole weekend. We have no plans this weekend. So I thought, right, I'm going to sit down and grind out and make at least 2 videos. And I had a list of about 5 tasks I wanted to complete. And we ended up having a late night last night because the kids didn't want to go to sleep, hence why I look so tired. And my wife has got a product launch on Sunday, so she's in the studio. She's actually in the kitchen right now cooking lunch. But she's been in the studio all day. She's going to be in there for most of the day. So I've just had to make do with what I can and be flexible and try and adapt. And I'm like, right, as long as I can at least plan my video and write it down and get my notebook out and write down what I want in my notebook, and get my video idea, my thumbnail, my title, and bullet points for my script. As long as I can do all that, and maybe even film it if I'm lucky, then great, then I've achieved something. And luckily, I've got one child that's distracted and one child that's asleep, so I can achieve it. So it's about being flexible, and you need to be flexible in order to achieve stuff. Otherwise, you're just gonna really set yourself up to fail. So if you really think I must achieve I have these 2 hours to block out to do work, and if that doesn't happen, you just think, well, forget it, I'm just not going to do it. You can't have that attitude. You need to always be adapting and always be moving and learning and being flexible. Number 5 is work for your future you. So work for your future self, basically. Now this ties in to the what's your why are you doing it, what's your ultimate goals? Because what you need to think of with everything is who are you working for in the future? So for me, I always work for myself on my next birthday. So every year on my birthday, I will sit down and I will make a list of things that I want to achieve for the next year. I will go into a coffee shop every single year, either on my birthday or the day before or after, whatever, a time around my birthday. And I'll go into a coffee shop for a couple of hours and I'll sit there with my notebook and I will reflect on the year, the last 12 months behind me, and I will plan out the next 12 months. So for me, I will say, right, what am I doing for John at 40? I'm not 40 yet, I'm about 3 years off 40, but I'm thinking, right, what am I doing for John at 40? Okay, in that 2-3 year span, what am I working towards? So for me, for my next birthday for this year, I'm working towards, I want to grow the channel to at least 10,000 subscribers. That's what I'm aiming for. Might not get there, I might exceed it and get a lot more than that, but I want to get at least 10,000 subscribers. The other thing I want to do is I want to get in the best shape of my life. So I'm hiring a personal trainer, I'm working out at least 2 or 3 times a week. I'm looking to up it. I've downloaded the app MyFitnessPal, and this video isn't sponsored by them or anything, I just use that app a lot. And I track my macros, my protein, carbs and fats. And I'm trying to really work out and get in the best shape of my life, both physically and mentally. So every single morning I will come down, turn on Apple TV and do a 10-minute HIIT workout without fail. So that's at least 6 days a week. First thing I do when I wake up is come downstairs and put on a HIIT workout. Then, if I go to the gym and do my weight training later on in the day, great. If I don't, then at least I've done some workout, at least once. And I'm trying to go at least 2 or 3 times a week. So I've got a few goals that I want to achieve for my future self. And you can do that as well. On your birthday, or even do it now, even if it's nowhere near your birthday. Even if your birthday was a few months ago, don't worry about it. Set yourself realistic goals for yourself for your next birthday, so that you can look back on yourself when you hit that birthday, and you can look back on yourself and you can say, right, these were my goals. This is what I wanted to do. How do I feel about them? Did I achieve them? Because most of us will go into a new year and we will do things that we should do. This is something Tony Robbins talks about. Things that you should do. I should work out. I should lose weight. I should give up chocolate. I should drink less alcohol. I should go out more with friends. I should go and see my family more. And then we normally get really motivated and driven and do those things for about 2 or 3 weeks, and then it slowly tapers off. And by February, March, we've given up almost altogether on our goals. And the difference between the people that succeed in them and people that fail is the people that succeed have a reason why they're doing it. So for me, I want to get in the best shape of my life by the time it's my next birthday. I want to have bigger muscles. I want to be fitter. I want to have more energy. I want to be more ripped. I want to have less body fat. I just want to be stronger and better and feel a lot better and feel a lot more confident in myself. So once you understand all of that, you will be on the path to success and you will understand why you're doing it. So once you can stay focused, you can understand your why. What's your ultimate goals? Why do you really want to do it? You can set realistic tasks that you can achieve within a week, within a month, whatever, realistic goals you can tick off as you're going along. And then even if some of them carry over, at least you're making some progress. You can be flexible because you have to if you've got kids, all right? We're not sort of carefree teenagers anymore where you can wake up and have the whole day to yourself, or once you come home from work, you've got your whole evening or afternoon to yourself to do what you want. You've got commitments and kids and stuff and things you've got to do. So you have to be flexible and just fit in the time when you can. And finally, work for your future self. If you work for your future self and work for yourself for your next birthday, for your next big birthday, 30, 40, 50, whatever, then you will finally understand what you want and how you're going to get there, and you can start to map it out. So these are just 5 simple steps that you can follow when life gets in the way, when things do not go as planned, when kids are demanding and take up your time and won't go to bed on time, when you have to stay late at work, when you're super tired and you can't be bothered to do what you set your sights on. So I hope that you found this useful. And now I've got to go and wake up the little one from a nap. So I'm going to enjoy this coffee and I'm going to go and wake him up. Hello?
Daddy, what are we trapped?
Who's trapped?
What are we trapped?
Buzz is trapped.
Yeah.
Buzz is trapped. I think we're going to have to go and save him, aren't we?
Baby VidIq Buzz. A baby VidIq Buzz.
Yeah, we've got to go and save Buzz, haven't we? Say hello.
Hello. Buzz is in trap.
Buzz is trapped, so we've got to go and save him. I've got to go and save Buzz. You go and save your weekend.